Good evening, everyone! I'm 101 Leafy, this is Kirby Star Allies, and today we're going to be playing a super awesome Kirby Star Allies glitch before it gets patched out in the patch tonight. So there is a way, by tapping a specific spot on the touch screen in this menu, to play as Kirby in the Star Allies Go mode. The question that I'm wondering, that I haven't been able to find the answer to yet, is it possible to do if you have a continue state, or can you only do it after you complete your current file? Because I know that you have to tap between the new game and best time, and obviously that gets thrown off if you have continue open. So that's what I haven't been able to figure out yet. I can't get it to trigger I can't get it to trigger from what I've tried, so I'm kind of wondering that. So we're gonna try and get this going without finishing my Burning Leo file, but we always can if we need to. I was going to figure this out off stream, but people are getting antsy, so we'll see what happens. Hang on, I'm gonna restart the stream. Good evening, everyone! I'm 101 Leafy, this is Kirby Star Allies, and today we're going to be playing through a super awesome glitch. Unfortunately, we need to do some prep work for it, so we need to clear this file here with Burning Leo, which is going to take a couple minutes. Not too long, though. It's a dedicated speedrun mode, so it shouldn't take too long to complete. And once we do that, all you have to do to execute the glitch is you have to tap between the new game and the best time buttons on the touch screen. You can only do it using the touch screen, and you'll be able to play as Kirby in this mode, but the entire point of the mode is that you're not playing as Kirby. So the game gets kind of freaky, the menu gets a little weird. Nothing too special happens, but it's still really fun, and it's a cool novelty because you can't normally do that, and they're probably going to patch it out soon. So I'd love to experience it before they do. So we just run through this mode here. Basically, in case you're unfamiliar with it, you can choose any of the helpers, any of the Star Allies to play as, and you can't change your copy ability, so you're stuck with them. So I chose Leo, and that's what I'm stuck playing as here. He's the only person that I can play as. You can recruit other allies. I've started building up a team of only Burning Leo because I think it's really funny, but outside of what I think is funny, you can have anybody as your allies. It's just that you can only keep your single copy ability, which makes it a little challenging. They mix things up, each copy ability gets a few different rooms, but overall you're going to be playing through a streamlined version of the main game. You don't play through every level, you don't play through every room, but you do play through some nice selections of the best parts of every world, which is really cool. You do challenge all the bosses, and at the end you have a bonus boss! I won't spoil it for those who don't know who it is, because we're going to see him anyway. But you probably know who it is if you're watching this. How's it going, Sponsor Angry? Great to see you. Some other people, Death Madness, Linkling, Maxwell, Blueborg. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming, Sponsor Besby. Yeah, I've been streaming a lot of Kirby lately. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, there are other games that I like to play and stream, but having so much fun with Kirby, I figure why not? I'd probably go faster if I use Burn, but I can't remember if it's always been like this, but I feel like they've nerfed it now. Basically, you can only go up with it a certain amount of times before the game forces you to fall, which I think is really awkward. What's the point of the glitch, SEJT? To play as Kirby! is the glitch. So, I guess it seems kind of pointless, but this mode is slightly different from the normal campaign, because one, it's streamlined and all that, and two, there are some bonus rooms. There are a lot of sections where you have to fight a lot of enemies, and you normally can just progress through the area as normal. So it's fun to play as Kirby with that, and it's also cool to see some little menu bits that you're not really meant to see. Because notice how it says, guest star Burning Leo here, and it has his little description and his portrait, And then when you look at the scoreboard screen, it shows Burning Leo. So it's kind of neat to see Kirby when you're not actually supposed to see that. It doesn't impact the game a lot. It doesn't break your game or anything. You're just playing as a character you normally wouldn't be able to play as. And I had no idea I was going to die there. Will you be using copy ability? Okay, I completely butchered that. Will you be using copy abilities while in the Kirby run as Linkling? Yes, I will be. I initially considered not using copy abilities at all, but then I figured, hey, the whole draw is being able to use copy abilities in this mode instead of being stuck to one. What are the level things for? Asked Thomas. So notice how we're at sort of half health. You can upgrade your health, your damage, and your movement speed by collecting power-ups where you would normally find the rainbow puzzle pieces. Not really going to bother with those unless they're right in the path, but they're kind of fun. They make it easier. Sponsor Shark asks, are you still streaming the new Dream Friends? Yes, I am. In around 2 hours, we should hopefully be getting the Dream Friend patch, so I will definitely be streaming that as well. I'll start a separate stream, of course, but we'll definitely be streaming that. Okay, I'm not going fast if I'm dying, so gotta have to weigh those two options. Alright, what's this gonna be? Friend Train, probably? Or is this gonna be one of those split path rooms? I don't like the split path rooms, they're really annoying. I guess they're probably fun with friends, but when you're playing with the AI, it's just like, what's the point? Why does Burning Leo get a special move underwater? Why are you able to blow fire underwater instead of using the water gun? Out of all the moves to get a special underwater move, I feel like Burning Leo is the one that I would say definitely not. Sponsor Vespi, congrats on getting your driver's license. I remember you talking about that. Who will you be playing as first, Esmeo? I'll be playing as Gooey first. I'm so excited to use the Dark Matter moves. I think that's super cool. And the Nintendo Treehouse Tumbler teased that we'll be getting some extra stuff in one of the modes. So either Ultimate Choice or Guest Star when you play as the new characters. So crossing my fingers for some cool Dark Matter lore. So that would be really fun. Maybe you get special bosses for the characters. That would be neat. I'm hoping fight against Dark Matter Swordsman as Gooey, Zero as Rick Kaidenku, and maybe Galactonite as Marks because he's from Superstar Ultra. I don't know. What do you guys think the bonus is going to be? Do you think it'll be big, or do you think I'm overhyping it? Do you think that it's just going to be like the extra description for your character in Guest Star? Do you think that's all that they're talking about? It's just how each character in Guest Star gets an extra room compared to other people. You're overhyping it, says Sponsor Angry. You think so? I don't want to be overhyping it. Do you have a new mic, S. Blueborg? No, this is my regular mic. I've been using the same one for a year and a half now, about. Got it last January. Alright. Sponsor Sharks asks, what if you could fight Mark's Soul as Marks? A lot of people are saying they want Marks' boss fight to be Mark's Soul, but I'm like, what's the point? You're Marks. That would be a little too weird, even for Kirby. I don't know if they'd be able to justify that one. Come on. Come on. I guess we'll friend him. Goodbye, Leo. Death Madness says, how do you unlock the other modes in Boss Rush? It only lets me do level 5. So a lot of people ask me about that. Always happy to answer it. In order to unlock Soul Melter, difficulty level 7 and the Ultimate Choice, you have to complete difficulty level 5, and you have to complete the mode we're currently playing, Guest Star. Once you get both of those done, then you will unlock Soul Melter. You'll unlock difficulty level 6 too, but I don't really see the point to that. How hard is Soul Melter, S Mega? It all depends on the copy ability you're using. Either it's ridiculously easy, ridiculously hard, or somewhere in between. You can check out my streams to see how much difficulty I've had with some of the copy abilities so far. I'll be playing through all of them, just not on stream, but I'll be doing a lot of my runs on stream, because I figure why not, you know? Alright. Oh, so we just double back, keep hitting the switches. Okay. I've done this mode before, but I keep forgetting, like, what's actually in it. Alright. Oh my god, are you serious? I tried to burn there and I messed up the input. Gamma says, Soul Melter isn't as hard as previous True Arenas. Yeah, it's missing a boss to be quite as hard. Plus, I don't know, I feel like the bosses are a little more predictable this time, but I could be wrong. They've probably always had as set patterns as in this game. Welcome, Ultra Kirby. Thank you so much for subscribing. I don't know why that's so big and in the middle of the screen, and I don't know why my sound isn't working. I'm very upset about that. I had a really good new sound. But at least we're getting notifications this stream. I haven't Blue Borg. I only watched the first few. Yeah, even the death sound is cute in this strap. Just the entire Kirby game is so adorable. Like the series, I love it. It's one of the best parts, is how cute it is. Plus, you get the juxtaposition with the really weird evil stuff at the end of every game, so the cuteness makes that even better, too. The Builder says, I'm getting this game for Easter. Awesome! I hope you enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I'm a huge Kirby fan, so I'd like any Kirby game they put out. The game it has the potential to be the best game, but only if they update it with some more content. Right now, I feel like it's missing, I don't know, it's missing a world to be the best Kirby game. If we had an extra world, then it would absolutely, no doubts about it, be the best Kirby. Monster Angry says, I feel like all true arenas are very cheesable. I want one that challenges me. Are you talking about for your first clear, or for with any copy ability? Because I feel like it's hard to cheese the true arena with some of the abilities. Like, sure, if you use Stone, then you can cheese it. If you use ESP, you can cheese it. But with something like Spider, it seems kind of hard to cheese. The worlds are huge in this game, says B-Man. Yeah, but you still end up with, like, 6 less levels than Triple Deluxe, I believe, right? Or is... No, it's like... I forget. But it's some good amount less than Triple Deluxe and Robobot. Sponsor Angry knows. He told me. But who says you just have to match the amount of content in previous games to be better than them, you know? I'd say if we had more levels than Robobot, it would definitely be better. Hopefully, if they add another world, whether paid DLC or free, it's really challenging. I'd like them to make a good challenge world. Even the challenge, quote-unquote, levels in this game weren't that challenging. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of trouble with it. Like, Robobot had some tricky sections. Welcome, Just Some Sush. Thank you so much for subbing. We have lots more Kirby content to come. I felt like there are definitely some tricky puzzles in Robobot. Not like gets me stuck for days Professor Layton puzzles, but they made me think for a bit. Not a single puzzle in this game made me think, because they gave you the copy abilities as copy essences right there, and I thought that was super lame. You took out any and all possible challenge that they could have had by just throwing the copy abilities at you. It wasn't even something like in Dreamland 2. Dreamland 2 had ridiculous puzzles. Like, that was a stupid hard game. But in Dreamland 2, some of the puzzles had to do with, like, keeping your copy ability. For example, I remember one with Kine that I had to try like 5 times, where you had to bring your copy ability with Kine, and I forget what happened, but you needed to drop your ability in the water, and then you needed to inhale something, and then you needed to inhale your copy ability back up, and the issue with that is your ability essence would shatter in the water in like 2 seconds, so you'd have to do it super fast, and if you messed it up, you'd have to go all the way back and get the copy ability. That was kind of an interesting puzzle. Because I'll be honest, I had to use a guide for Dreamland 2. I usually try to avoid looking at anything online at all for all the games that I played, but in order to get all the rainbow drops in Dreamland 2, I absolutely had to use a guide. There are some that were just super obtuse. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was for a rainbow drop, sponsor Angry. Are you ready for tomorrow, Leafy S Codex Boy? I believe the update hits tonight. I know that in 1.5 hours, Japan gets the update. I don't know about us. But we should, because we always get the updates. We always get the updates in tandem with Japan for any ability. I mean, sorry, any game. Any game. So Kirby should too. Welcome unknown, it's great to see you. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, it's convenient having Leo for that one, at least. You don't get HP restores from all the power-ups, but the health power-ups, which are the little shields, do restore your health fully, along with boosting your max HP. Oh, okay. Rest in peace. So this is one of the enemy challenge rooms that I was talking about before. I guess this isn't really a challenge, though. It's kind of nice having the blades. This isn't in the original game, at least a lot of them aren't. And you'll get a little power-up after, and it provides some variety, so that you're not just playing the exact same stages from the main game. Though, as somebody coming right off of playing Azure Striker Gunvolt was my last big Switch game, I'm definitely used to replaying platformers and trying to speedrun through them. So, I don't have an issue with it. I love it. Lots of replayability, especially because the different copy abilities that you choose, or the different Star Allies, I guess you should call them, they each have special rooms. So each of them will get a little bit of a different experience. Not too different. Not something wildly different like it's a whole nother game. But it's different enough to where you're like, oh, hey, okay, that's kind of nice. You'll appreciate it. It's not going to change everything, but you'll appreciate it. Aldo Vega played Dreamland 2 recently. Yeah, the Rainbow Drop with Kind was really hard. Some of them are super hard. I remember there was one with Ku that was really hard, and I'm trying to remember what it was now. You needed like 3 different copy abilities. Oh, it was the place with the wind. That's why I'm thinking of it right now. It was the one with the wind, and you had to go backwards, and you had to use like 3 different copy abilities to do it. From what I remember. That one was really hard. What were some other challenging Rainbow Drops? Yes, Thomas! Gunvolt is so underrated. I love Copen. Copen did nothing wrong, dude. I love him. He's just trying to be a good brother. Would you like to see Gooey for Smash Leafy as Galactic Gamer? Yes? That would be awesome. Oh, boy. My 2 least favorite mini-bosses to fight in one fight here. I'm so happy about this. I don't really know how to use Flame effectively. Okay, let's get Kawasaki, because he's really powerful. And actually, let's get Revidrio too, because paint is good. Meta Knight's about to die, so bye. Oh, Mighty Gunvolt Burst and Gunvolt are 2 completely different games, Captain Cinnamon Bun. Plus, you have to get the pack on Switch, because 1, it's in HD, which is nice because the art is really good. And 2, the second game is way better. It's so much better. It's like Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 2, which is a fitting comparison, because it's by the creators of Mega Man 0 and Mega Man 9 and 10. It's just that much of a massive improvement, especially because you get 2 playable characters, each with their own campaigns. They have a few intersecting levels, but that's to be expected. And Copen is so much more fun to play as. He's the villain from the first game. Well, one of the villains, at least. And he has a super quick style, and he gets to fly through the air. It's super fun, and you have to manage, like, your bullets. Gunvolt's really good, Trev. Leafy, is there only one Dream Rod in Guest Star mode, Astorian? You know, I was wondering that too. I'm guessing that there's a Dream Rod everywhere that there's a big button, but I don't really bother exploring in this mode because you're kind of supposed to speedrun it. But I'm not doing a very good job of it right now. Where do we go? Up, I guess. I thought I was gonna be crushed, but that thing was in the foreground. Okay. Normally HAL does a really good job of making sure you know what's in the foreground and the background, but that really psyched me out. Was there a change of plans for using Kirby, asked Bulby? Yes, there was, because you can't have an existing save file for Guest Star, and I completely forgot that I had Burning Leo. So we have to clear this with Burning Leo before we can play Kirby. So if you're watching the VOD, I don't really know why you haven't skipped ahead yet, but definitely do so. Don't really waste your time watching this. Not really a point to it. Do you play Fortnite, asked Mega? No, I don't. Isn't the Wii Shop closed, asked Death Madness? So you can't add Wii points to the Wii Shop yet, anymore rather, but you can purchase things with your Wii points for another year. So it's technically not quite dead yet. But it's pretty dead. Unfortunately. You can just kind of jump up. You don't have to use the switches. I think there's a boss here, right? This is leading up to a boss. Agent J asks, how do you do the play as Kirby glitch? So you click between new game and view times on the menu, And you have to tap it using your touchscreen. That's the only way to do it. You have to use the touchscreen. And you can't have existing data, which is why we're playing as Burning Leo right now, because I completely forgot that I have a Leo save file. Oh, thank you. It's interesting how you get more food if you have allies. Kind of cheeses the solo players a bit. Lead some Meta Knight, that's right, Death Madness. Okay. I like doing this move, but I'm really bad at it. I feel like you don't roll long enough. Technically, you're able to roll on the walls when you do this. Oh, I'm on the video, okay. So when you do this move, it's kind of hard to tell where I am. And you touch the ground, you can roll with it, right? And you can actually roll up walls, but the move deactivates so quickly that there's really no point to it, because you don't actually get to roll up walls and spider and stuff like would be really fun. Instead, you just go slightly up the wall and then your move ends. Unless if you do something that I haven't figured out, you can actually extend the move. Welcome sponsor Sebas, I'm so sorry that you broke your arm. Okay, so let's get these rocks. If you hold backwards while using your fire breath, then you can do this move, which deals a lot of damage. So hopefully we can take care of Meta Knight here. Nice. 8-player Smash, says Micro. Basically, I'm surprised that Kirby can handle all those characters on screen at once. Though, I guess if it's running at 30 FPS, it's not too much for it. Will we be able to play as the Dream Friends tonight, at SmugKits? Yes! The update hits in 2 hours, so I'll definitely be streaming that. After we check out the Kirby glitch real quick. Naruto, we'll be doing a, Soul Melter stream for the Star Allies today. The new ones, the new Dream Friends. You call them Dream Allies, so it threw me off because that's like a combination of the two names. So here's the thing, if you're able to do Soul Melter right off the bat, then that means that you don't get any new bosses in Star Allies Go. So I'd rather just hop straight to Soul Melter and hopefully we'll see what the bonus is there. Blueborg asks, have you played every Kirby game? Like every? Yes, every except for a couple side games like Dream Course. I haven't played Dream Course, I haven't played Rainbow Curse, and I haven't played Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. Because you need to spend way too much money in order to actually play that game. But outside of that, yes, I've played every Kirby game. I love Kirby, I love the lore, I love all the characters. Kirby's the best. What's the biggest shock you've gotten from a Kirby game, S. Mayo? Pretty much everything in Robobot. Unfortunately, I had Nova spoiled for me-ish. I saw a picture of him, and it was really small, but I immediately recognized it as Nova. I was like, oh, seriously, Nova? Because the game released, 2 months early in Japan to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Superstar, which is why they had all of those references. But pretty much everything else in Robobot, including a lot of stuff surrounding Nova, like, all of the references in the final stage with the 3, 2, 1 go and all that. That surprised me. And everything else in Robobot. Like, Dark Matter Clone made me freak out. That was insane. Because I had played Dreamland 2 and finished it the night before Robobot came out. And I marathoned Robobot in a day. Oh, seriously? Okay. Whatever. No, it doesn't, Mario Guy. You don't actually get anything for beating the Kirby glitch. So we're probably not going to actually, like, do a full playthrough. We're just going to check it out and see all of the jankiness. So we'll check out all the menus and we'll complete the first world because the first world will give us a score on the scoreboard, and then we can check out the scoreboard and we'll have seen everything that has to do with the glitch. Nothing special happens when you beat it with Kirby unless you're using a copy ability, in which case that copy ability is registered as being completed. So like if we beat it with Fire, we'd have Burning Leo as completed, I believe. From what I've heard. Why is the ninja called Biospark, S. Thomas? I've always wondered that, but it's definitely a cool name, right? I really like it. I like Pwn and Cone, says Green Toad. Me too! It's really cool at the back. I did not expect that. This game definitely doesn't have as many references as, okay, you're a little late on that. He charged it way too long. It doesn't have as many references as Robobot, but it has a decent amount. Most of the references are going to come not in boss fights, which I think are cooler, but in terms of the free updates adding playable characters, which will be really neat, because we never get to play as anybody else in Kirby outside of Meta Knight and DDD. So being able to play as all these awesome characters has me really psyched. Hopefully we get auto, please. Please. Yes, Gamma! He says, guest star mode is basically Helper to Hero crossed with Meta Nightmare. And I loved Helper to Hero. It was my favorite part of Superstar Ultra. So I'm super psyched about that. I was wondering when their phase would change, and then I was like, oh, it's just Pwn and Cone. Okay. I thought I was playing as the blue burning Leo, and I got really confused. That's why I was like, it gets a little chaotic. I didn't have a chance. Sorry, Sponsor Zach, he wanted me to throw a heart. Darkness King asks Leafy, do you think Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland is an easy and quick Kirby game? That's a really loaded question if I've ever heard one, but I'll say sure. I mean, Kirby's Adventure isn't too difficult, and it's pretty fast. It's a pretty loaded question, though, like... I think if you really want an easy and quick Kirby game, play Green Greens from Superstar, the remake of Dreamland 1. It's definitely easier than Dreamland 1, that's for sure. Though, I don't know, I really like Dreamland 1. There's something charming about it. Okay. Let's get this dude. What's his name? Jammer Jab. I like that name. Justice Scrub asks, did you watch the finale of Dragon Ball Super? I did not. I haven't seen any of it, actually. I don't have anything against Dragon Ball, but I'm not, like, a huge fan. That's true, Mike Bro. Dreamland 1 is a pain, but so satisfying when you complete it. I got it when it came on the 3DS Virtual Console, because those were during the dark days of the 3DS, and it was very, very, very fun. You think we could get the key enemy as the Dream Friend as Pushy Banana? I don't think so, but I'd love to see a member of the Squeak Squad added. I don't know why, but he's always reminded me of Squeak Squad, because he's a little mouse dude. What happened to the Mint Leaf, Esmeo? I feel like they reference it sometimes. Was it in Great Cave Offensive? Is that what I'm thinking of? They put a lot of stuff in Great Cave Offensive. He's a monkey, says Gamma. Really? He's a monkey? Well, that changes everything. Sponsor Angry says, I highly doubt that we'll get the Dream Friend update tonight, because they're saying that it's March 28th everywhere. Yeah, I guess so, but would they... It's basically March 28th, and it's going to be March 28th in, like, at midnight in some places in the US. No, it won't. I was thinking 11 p.m., like how the Splatoon updates hit, but it's actually coming at 8 for me, so I don't think it'll be midnight anywhere. It'll be close to it. Oh, is that really what the pun is supposed to be, Borg? Monkey? Really? Okay. Sure. I'll take it. Sponsor Zach, I can't agree about Great Cave Offensive. Sorry, I can't disagree about Great Cave Offensive being the worst Smash Bros. Map. In Smash 4 at least. But I don't know, there's something... I like the idea. I don't like basically everything about the execution except how beautiful the stage is. But I like the idea. Welcome, Mr. Cool Guy. Thank you so much for subbing. I like the thought of having a big expansive map for Great Cave Offensive. But all of the fire and stuff was just garbage. I still remember when Smash 4 first came out. Welcome, NanoBlitz. Thank you so much for subbing. And they had a competitive 4v4 tournament, and the finals was literally like a team of 3 Robs playing on Temple. It was like all these pro Smash players. It was really funny. There was a lot of craziness when Smash 4 first came out. Like the 3DS tournament where everybody thought Bowser was super OP. They're like, oh, Bowser needs to be nerfed. And nobody knew how to do anything except, I think Diddy Kong was still really good. Like people figured stuff out with Diddy Kong really fast. That was crazy. Yeah, I remember people literally imported the 3DS game from Japan to play it early. And that was super crazy. I'm saying everything's crazy, but that was really, really crazy. Because even I didn't do that. But I did watch a lot of streams during that time. I don't know, I didn't want to buy the same game twice. Sponsor Zach, I totally agree. He says if we get anything for Smash 5, it better be the ability to disable hazards. Like, I like a lot of Smash stages. I just don't like their hazards. Like, what's the Unova stage? I feel like I really like that one, except for the hazards. Oh, fine, whatever. Yes, Vespi, I did hear about zero breaking from Smash. I felt like it could get really salty at times, so maybe it's for the best. Jolly Bowser, thanks so much for subbing. Are you gonna get Treasurers on Switch next month? That's Mike Bro. I would like to, but I have to get Labo, and that's really expensive. Like, both Labo kits together are $150, I think? And I'd really like to cover that. So, even though I'd love to cover Treasurers, I'm probably gonna have to wait on that, and I'll play Busters 2 to fill that void. Forecast, do you want Labo Man for Smash 5? I'd love it. No! We need non-specific action figure for Smash 5. He's my most wanted Smash character since Smash 4. Can we please get non-specific action figure so we can finally get the NSA, as the true fans call it. An unfortunate acronym, but we still call it that. We need the NSA amiibo, please, Nintendo. Fair and balanced gameplay. It really throws me off how their movesets are different when you have multiple allies. Maybe I should just solo the bosses so I can complete them faster, honestly. Like, what even is this skewer move? What? Come on! You guys are supposed to save me, you know that, right? We need Taboo to return in Smash 5 to sponsor Vespi. Yes, absolutely. We need Subspace to return, please. Ooh, sponsor Sevos is getting Star Allies as we speak. Are you downloading it or getting it physically? I had to get it physically. I had to. That then is a Dark Souls assist trophy would be really funny, honestly. So I believe this is another one of the enemy fight levels. This might actually be in the base game. Yeah, it is, because up here is the puzzle piece, right? So I don't think this is special for guest star. So this is probably a power-up. Yep. Yes, Hyperzone is so good. I love that song. It's hard to hear the music when I'm playing on stream because I'm talking and stuff. But yes, Hyperzone is really good. And I love the Grasslands remix as well. Oh, you're downloading sponsor Sevos. Alright, you get those faster load times. Sponsor J12 Clone says, Leafy, I'm trying to see if you beat guest star as Festival Kirby, if it does anything. Ooh, that's a really good thought. I wonder if it does. Here, let's get this guy. When Frosty changes into Chili, just by having a heart thrown at him, is that like reincarnation because you killed him? Or is he experiencing this crazy body change? Also, the fact that we get zero lore about the friend hearts really bothers me. What's up with... How did Kirby get the friend heart ability, first of all? How does it work? Like, there's so many questions. Is the friend heart the missing piece of the dark matter revival heart that Highness is putting together? Is that why he was missing a piece? I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of friend hearts, so probably not. You make a lot right here. But it really bugs me, though. We didn't get anything about it. Same with the Dream Rods. What's up with that? Like, there are 4 worlds. Each world has 1 Dream Rod, right? Because each world has one of those little palaces. So I feel like the Dream Rods have to be the Spears of Heart that Highness talks about. But again, we don't actually get any info about this stuff. I think we'll get more lore when the DLC comes out, says the Lucario Kid. Welcome back. And yes, I completely agree. At least I hope. In the character descriptions, we should get something, right? Like, Marx's character description has to give us some explanation as to how he's come back from the dead. Kirby will be like, Marx, I thought I killed you. And Marx is just like, yeah, but I got better. Why is he alive? It makes no sense. Nintendo Treehouse didn't explain that. They're like, he's back. But they completely skipped over the fact that he died. Free DLC as sponsor Sebos. Yes, they're gonna release a lot of updates, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3. A lot of updates with many, many free playable characters from past Kirby games. The first update hitting tonight, at least in Japan, is going to include playable Marx from Kirby Superstar, playable Gooey from Dreamland 2 and more famously Dreamland 3, where you actually play as him and he has a moveset, and Rick, Kine, and Coop from Dreamland 2 and 3, both playable, both games that have them playable. Rick, Kine, and Coop are like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you play as them all at once and you switch depending on the move that you use. It's pretty cool. I think that it's the ultimate team. By the way, are you hyped for Marx, says Rosa. Absolutely. Welcome back, Rosa. I love Superstar. I love Superstar Ultra, more specifically. So I'm really, really excited for Marx. I love how they've so faithfully translated his moveset from as a boss into an actual moveset. Oh my god. Into an actual moveset in the game. I think that's so cool. HAL is always so great with the callbacks. They always pay great tribute to their past games. So I am not surprised, but definitely... I'm not surprised, but definitely impressed. That's for sure. Welcome, Brandon. Thank you so much for subbing. What's the story with Gooey anyway, and what does he have to do with Dark Matter, asked Lucario. Sorry, I'm dealing with some input lag here, which is making this a little difficult. We got this. 4th time's the charm, as they say. Welcome, Anime Fan. Thank you so much for subbing. We got a nice little sub train here going. Thank you guys so much. We'll be doing super heavy coverage of all the new Dream Friends. So definitely sub and stay tuned. We'll be covering them the moment that they come out. We'll be doing full Soul Melter runs, full Star Allies Go runs with them. So definitely tune in for that. I'm really excited. There's no notification sound, says Death Madness. Really? It's working for me. What's wrong with my mic? Asked Cheesy Joe. What is wrong? Nobody said anything is wrong, so I assume nothing is wrong. Here's a tip. I can't hear my mic, so if something's wrong, you need to tell me. I know it's crazy that I'm not listening to my stream with the stream lag as I stream. Can I know how to get Kirby as guest star, asked Nanoblitz? Yes, there's a reason why I'm playing through right now as Burning Leo. It's because you can't have an existing save file for guest star, which I completely forgot that I had a save file on it until I started the stream. Basically, you take your Switch out of the dock, and using the touchscreen controls, you have to use the touchscreen. You tap in between the first 2 buttons. They're New Game and View Scores. You tap in between them, and if you do that, it's pretty easy to do. You can play as Kirby. There are some interesting quirks, such as completing it with a copy ability, or will register that copy ability as completed, instead of like registering Kirby. Completing it with Kirby doesn't register anything. We need an online Kirby game, says sponsor Angry Bananas. Welcome, by the way. It's great to see you. And yes, we need online Kirby Air Ride 2, or even just Kirby Air Ride HD. I'd be down. But above all else, we need a new Kirby Air Ride. Come on, come on. Sponsor Subbot says, are you using the new OBS Cross Streamlabs app? Yeah, I've been using it since it released like 4 months ago, I think. It's been in beta for a long time. Right now it's at version 0.8, I believe. That's true, Sponsor Angry. You got Kirby Battle Royale. I can't believe Nintendo ripped off Epic. What the heck? Nintendo just shameless sometimes. Oh yeah, Lucario Cadets, what's the story with Gooey? Gooey is dark matter, like he's made of it. So there's dark matter the character, and there's dark matter the substance. Zero showed that there are many dark matters, as in like the character that we know. But we had a specific dark matter that was in Dreamland 2 and 3. So it's really confusing that they don't have separate names for them, but whatever. They probably retroactively decided that dark matter was going to be a whole thing. They just made him as a villain for Dreamland 2, and they're like, let's expand it. Welcome to Kiter, thank you so much for subbing. So, Gooey is made of the substance dark matter. Dark matter, the character, was in Dreamland 2 and Dreamland 3. But dark matter as a substance also appears in 64, obviously. It appears in Star Allies. And it appears in Squeak Squad because what's-his-face is made of dark matter. Dark Nebula. In case you couldn't tell from the dark, and the dark matter effects used for everything, including his existence. I was going to say his attacks, but he looks like dark matter. So Dark Nebula is dark matter. Like, made of it. And dark matter is basically a substance that makes things evil. So you might be wondering, well, if dark matter is a thing that makes things evil, why is Gooey so weird and goofy and good and just a happy dude? Well, the reason for that, my theory is, we don't actually know. Thank you so much, Brandon. My theory is, when you've challenged Void Soul in this game, it says that he is influenced by positive and negative energy around him during his development, and the life form that he is born into is determined by that energy. And at the end it says, hopefully he'll be reborn as a friend. And I feel like they're hinting at the fact that a Void Termina, like as a race, because I don't think he was a singular thing, a Void Termina was reborn into Gooey when influenced by positive energy. Because just Kirby's presence in that short amount of time causes it to take on a form sort of similar to Kirby. It gets his face and his smile and stuff. So if super positive energy was around him for a very long time during its development, I think it would turn into Gooey. Sponsor Angry greatly disagrees. He does not think that Void Termina is Gooey. I think there's multiple Void Termina, and that's why I think it's possible. If you think that there's only one Void Termina, then obviously he can't be Gooey, because how would he be reborn into something that's currently alive? But unless Gooey died in between the events of Dreamland 3 and now, and the Gooey from the Dream Wand has nothing to do with Gooey being alive, hence Marx being summonable with the Dream Rod. And that's another theory altogether, I suppose. If the Dream Rod can bring back the dead, and that's why Marx is playable, and Gooey is actually dead, and when Gooey died, that allowed Void Termina to be revived. Is that the real theory here? That person, no. My name comes from my favorite Pokemon being Leafeon, and my favorite Pokemon type being Grass type, funnily enough. Yes, Bugsy, let's go. I love that metallic blue. Looks beautiful. I love watching streams from you, says Rebecca. Oh, thank you. It's always great to see you guys. What if Kirby is Void Termina as SMP? I disagree. I think there's no way that Kirby can be Void Termina. I don't know why I disagree, but I do. Because, I guess I disagree because Void Termina influenced very positively is at most dark matter. Kirby would have some sort of hint of being made of dark matter if he was a reincarnation of Void Termina, no? Do you think Star Allies is worth $60 as Sponsor Angry? If you're not a Kirby fan, then it's hard to say that it is. Because this is slightly below the amount of content that you get from a normal Kirby game for 50% higher of the price. However, if you're a Kirby fan, or rather, if you get the game and you like it, you don't have to be an existing Kirby fan. There's so much replayability. There's so much, just a ridiculous amount of replayability. So if you really like replaying games, regardless of if you know you like Kirby already or not, then this is a must-get, because this is a very replayable game. With so many different abilities to play, the challenging boss rush, and the speedrun mode as, I think it's great. If you're looking for all unique content to play through, there's not too much. There's around 10 hours of unique content to play through. Oh god, Iggy Woods. And for $60, I feel like that's a bit hard to swallow, unless you're mega rich, in which case I feel like you're not stressing out about whether you should buy a game or not. I'd recommend, you know, Super Mario Odyssey over Star Allies in that case, because that has a ridiculous amount of content, and I love Odyssey. Oh my god. And, sorry, I'm not really paying attention here. But Star Allies is certainly great, and the fact that it's going to get continued support is amazing. The only issue is, will the continued support only be new characters, in which case, again, that goes back to my point of whether you like replaying the same content with new characters or not. Because the characters all play... Sponsoring here, I know that. The characters all play completely differently, so you have a very different experience playing the same content, especially in the challenging boss rush mode, where you can barely even heal and you have half max health. So even if you do heal, you have to do very well in each fight. So that's a very different experience with all your different abilities, right? Sorry, it's hard to put together my thoughts here without dying. But if all of the updates only add new characters, even if they add 10 plus characters like we know they will, not if, even when they add, or rather after they add 10 plus characters, will those just be characters, or will we get something else? We know that something's going to change about one of the modes when you play as the new characters. Will that be new bosses? If we get new bosses, absolutely worth $60. We're going to get new bosses, new playable characters added through many updates with many, many bosses and characters. That's for sure worth $60. However, if it's just the characters, I wouldn't say wait for a sale because Nintendo games don't go on sale. And this is definitely a highly recommended game. It's super quality. It's definitely a game that you should get and play. However, I will say this isn't a high priority game. Welcome, Gaming Savion. Thank you so much for the sub. If you like multiplayer games, this is definitely worth $60. I'll say that. Absolutely worth $60 if you like multiplayer games. If you have the mythical friends, then this game is great, because it's so replayable, it's so fun to replay, that if you have multiple friend groups, or just multiple friends that you hang out with separately, then you can whip this game out for each of them and have a really fun time and a very different experience with each of them, because this is a crazy good experience multiplayer-wise. Welcome, YN thank you so much for the sub. So, if you like playing multiplayer, then this is absolutely immediate, no thought about it, totally pick this up. This is great. But for solely solo play, it definitely hinges on if you like Kirby, and if you aren't like a big Kirby fan already, then if you like replaying things. Those are the two conditions. If your answer is yes to one of those, then definitely pick this up now. Mario, welcome. Thank you so much for subbing. The other existing condition that I was getting to but completely forgot about, because that's the way I am sometimes, is if you've played a lot of the other really good Switch games, because this is an amazing game on Switch, don't get me wrong. But due to its low volume of content for price, I'd say it's a low priority one, but still one that you should end up getting. It should be on your to-buy list, just low on it. Welcome, Mr. Gamer. Thank you so much for subbing. Great to have all of you guys on board. We're going to be having a huge release party for all of the new Dream Friends soon enough, so I'm very excited for that. So if you've played Splatoon 2, you've played Mario Odyssey, you've played Zelda, you've played ARMS if you're a competitive guy, that's another one that hinges on replayability. But I'd say the trio of really big Switch games that you should get: Mario Odyssey, Zelda, Splatoon. Especially with the single-player expansion coming for Splatoon. Welcome, Bennett Channel. Thank you so much for subbing. Though Splatoon 2's single-player content is on par with, if not even less than, Kirby Star Allies if you're not a multiplayer guy. If you have zero interest in the multiplayer for Splatoon 2, then until Octo expansion, it's probably not going to be worth it. Ooh, that was pretty slick, Kawasaki. You didn't have to wait for them to jump out. The update is coming out at 8S Iron, yes, for Japan. We don't know if we'll get it at the same time as Japan, but we typically get updates at the same time as them. I don't think we've ever gotten a patch later than Japan has. We've gotten, like, games later than Japan has. Well, no. We get games released at the same time as Japan, too. Some people are saying we'll get it tomorrow, but are there instances where we've gotten a game patch later than Japan? I don't think so. Like, I'm genuinely curious. Have we ever gotten a patch to a game later than Japan? I can't think of a single instance where that has happened. Unless it was substantially later, because they had to translate a lot. Like, weeks later. And even then, Nintendo doesn't do that. That would only be something that a third party would do. Weeboard, I haven't gotten Ni no Kuni 2 yet, because I'm saving for Labo. Very upsetting, because I love level 5. It's possible that I still might get a review copy. I heard that I might get it, and they would tell me if I would. And they haven't told me if I would or not. So, being optimistic here, I still might get one. Being realistic, probably not. But I really do want to cover Labo, so that's 150 bucks. But I'm very excited for Labo. I'm a huge artist, in case you didn't know, so I'm gonna get very artistic, and I'm a programmer. So, the sort of pseudo-programming-ish for your own Labo games is very intriguing. I love the idea of being able to work with Nintendo hardware. That's very exciting. Being able to use the HD rumble and the IR camera and the gyroscope and the accelerometer, being able to use that stuff to make my own little games. Obviously, it's not as fleshed out as... I'm waiting for WarioWare DIY Nintendo Labo to come out. Just something that lets us use our own sprites and music and stuff. If we could get that, if Labo lets you import your own sprites and music, oh boy, that would be so crazy! It'll be the ultimate game of all time. Oh man, I'd be so hyped for that. But considering you can share your projects using only QR codes, probably not. Great Blazer asks Leafy, for us to know, why has game production costs risen so much in recent years? That's a great question, Great Blazer. The answer to that is, game production costs actually hasn't risen in recent years. Because, yeah, it's a very technical, that kid answer for me to say this. Because games don't cost any more to create than they did a long time ago, at least not substantially more. It's that the cost to create a well-selling game has increased. Because people demand these insanely high-budget graphics, and in order to make your game sell well, you have to have insanely high-budget marketing. The mainstream audiences aren't going to be satisfied with something that... I mean, here's a great example from a very long time ago. Something like Wind Waker was not as hard to develop, at least visually, as far as I know, as something like, I don't know, what was a high-budget title for the PlayStation 2? Probably... I'm guessing Resident Evil was pretty high-budget. I did not have a PS2, so I'm not familiar with what was high-budget and what wasn't, because I've retroactively learned about the PS2, but I wasn't really following it back then. But Wind Waker was very stylized, it wasn't too realistic. Obviously, it took a lot of effort to develop, but it wasn't going to have troves and troves of people developing the graphics like you'll have for Horizon Zero Dawn, which is, I guess the better comparison would be, compare the visuals of Star Allies to, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, right? I'm not saying that visuals make a game everything. They certainly don't. I think a lot of games are better than Horizon. I think very many games are better than Horizon. However, Horizon's visuals are amazing. They're incredible. And Horizon's marketing was second to none. I mean, especially if you looked in Europe, where Nintendo isn't as popular and Sony just dominates. Horizon's marketing budget was absolutely insane. FIFA's the sponsor, Sebos? Probably, actually. FIFA was probably really high budget back then. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Horizon's marketing budget was insane. Like, they literally spend more on a lot of games than they do for marketing. I'm not saying they did for Horizon, but they did for a lot of games. And to make your game successful, I'm not really having too coordinated thoughts here, because I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible, this mode here, without dying. Because getting through it quickly means not dying. So I do apologize for stuttering and all that, but hopefully I'm saying some interesting stuff. What makes a game successful? Sorry, I'm not being very cohesive is the word that I needed. What makes a game successful has been raised, actually. A lot of people have been saying, a really good example is, a lot of people are saying Yokai Watch is dying, because Yokai Watch 3 didn't sell as well as Yokai Watch 2. Well, aside from topping the charts at launch for an entire month and dominating, actually 2 months, July and August, Yokai Watch 3 sold well over 1 million copies before the third version even came. It sold over 1 million copies in just a couple months, but people were already saying Yokai Watch is dead. Well, if 1 million copies sold don't make a game successful, what does? And a lot of companies don't feel that way. Like, take Disney Infinity, for example. Disney was expecting The Last of Us numbers from them. They were expecting... Well, I guess Disney Infinity was on Wii U, too. So they were expecting Smash 4 numbers from Disney Infinity. But if you look at the numbers... Disney Infinity was relatively successful. It wasn't Disney successful, and that's why they shut it down and fired all those people and left everyone jobless all of a sudden. It was very sad. But Disney was expecting a lot more, and I feel like that's the biggest thing. So to answer it concisely, and then I'll move on to something else. To answer it concisely, I believe Great Blazer asked this question, why has game production costs risen so much in recent years? Well, game production costs has risen in recent years because what makes a game successful has been risen substantially, and because of that, marketing budget has risen substantially, because in order to make the game sell more, you need to market it more, and visual production has increased substantially, because in order to make a game sell well to the mainstream audiences, you need to make the game look as realistic and stunning as possible, which takes a very high budget. So games have increased in budget because just the conditions behind a game's success have become more tight, I guess. Oh, Death Mantis, just to wait for Shadowside. Shadowside's gonna be amazing. Shadowside will be a great PS4 and Switch open world JRPG. That's what it's gonna be. Mark my words. Where's Kirby? Yes, S and E, E, J, and B. Well, this is part of the glitch, unfortunately. You need to clear out your existing Star Allies Go data in order to perform it. After you do that, you just... No, we already did this, I feel like. After you do that, you just tap the touchscreen in between start game and check times on the beginning screen for Star Allies Go, and you'll be able to play as Kirby, which you'll see in a few minutes. Or you can just do it yourself. I hope that I explained it well. It's pretty easy to do. But when I was starting the stream, I realized that I had this save data that I forgot I had, and people decided they would rather watch me run through it than I run through it off stream, and then they wait, and then we stream it later. If that makes sense. Oh, you don't have a Switch. Okay, so we'll do it in a bit, and you'll see. Where do we go now? I think there's one up here that I'm missing. Not up here, maybe up here too. But there's one in the upper left that I'm missing too. Sponsor Nate, no, you're fine, welcome. Okay, Borg had the story explained. Okay, good. How good are the Allies AI? Asked Marco Torres. I think they're really good. They're not OP. They're not going to play like I do in the Ultimate Choice with my copy abilities of choice, where I can blaze through all the bosses in like 30 seconds with Super Ice Sprinkle, right? But they'll hop around, they'll attack, and when any of the puzzles come up, they know exactly what to do. You tap up on the control pad and they do what they gotta do. Never once have I felt, oh god, why won't you do this thing so I can finish this puzzle? The Allies always do exactly what you want them to, which is nice. They aren't OP, but they're competent, which I feel like is the best balance for AI. Alexander, I think that Shadowside could end up being a T rating. However, I think that level 5 will probably strive to make it E10+, because they don't want the game to get a T rating. Though Japan's ratings work a lot different than us. So I feel like it will end up being a T for us. Because you never know when you compare game ratings between Japan and us. They consider different things to be bad. Oh, thank you, B-Man. Yeah, I definitely think... No, here's the thing. I don't think Shadowside will sell better in America. I think Shadowside could sell better in America if they market it correctly. That little caveat is typically followed by a "they won't" when I talk about it. I'm very, very, very scared that they'll market it Shadowside towards kids. If they don't, and they market it towards, like, the Digimon Cyber Sleuth, I know that game didn't sell too well, the new one, so I guess that's not the best comparison, but Etrian Odyssey, like the Atlas audience, they want the Atlas audience, I feel like, in America. They want the Atlas audience, they want the Bandai Namco audience, which they already have since they're level 5 when they make Ni no Kuni. The Tales of audience, I feel like, is a good comparison. That's a really good audience for them to shoot for, in my opinion. Because Tales of is kind of similar, where Tales of isn't overly edgy. It doesn't try hard to be like, oh, dude, look at all this blood and gore and stuff. But Tales is also, it's a serious game. And sometimes the games get rated T. Sometimes the games get rated E10+. From what I know, I feel like some of them are E10+. So, I feel like it could end up being anything. It just depends on what the ESRB decides. And as we all know, the ESRB is very weird. Yes, Captain Goats, I told you. One of our next Soul Melter streams will be, besides the Star Allies streams, when we go back to normal copy abilities, I will do Stone. I'm not saying that's going to be our next stream, but after we do all of the new Dream Friends, we will do Stone. Sound good? Good marketing, Brunching Taters and Idaho. I agree, Vorg. I agree. Galactic Gamer, the update comes out in Japan in 45 minutes. It comes out in the US maybe in 45 minutes. Angry used us getting the Warriors DLC later than Japan as a good example of us getting a patch later than Japan. But, as I mentioned, that DLC is very text-heavy. It has all the support conversations and stuff, so I'm not too surprised that we got it later. I can't think of a situation where we got just like a normal patch later than Japan, is what I was talking about. Sponsor Party Cat, welcome! Yes, is it illegal to punch your cousin? It probably counts as assault and battery, right? Because you're assaulting and battering them. But that's just my unprofessional opinion. I am not a lawyer. But I'm guessing that's illegal. They could probably sue you for damages if you damage them. Bolly, welcome. Yeah, well, I know you're already here. I already said hi, so I guess welcome is the wrong word. But he asked, what are your thoughts on updated cleaning Kirby? I'm so psyched that cleaning returned, because that was one of the things that was going to return in Kirby Adventure for GameCube. So I'm really excited that returned. And I love the new moveset. I feel like they couldn't have done it better. It's so cool, because it's coming back from Dreamland 3 after like 20-ish years, right? So I think 18, 19 maybe? No, probably 20 now, because Superstar was 20 years old when Robobot released, and it's been 2 years since Robobot, crazy. So probably 20 now. And since Clean is from Dreamland 3 and never returned, I love how they gave us all of the Animal Buddy, or Dreamland 3 Animal Buddy moves. So we get Nago, we get Pitch, we get, what's-her-face, Choo-Choo. I think that was super cute, and I freaked out when I saw it. I was really excited. Beakbot says, Leafy, I thought you hated Dreamland 3. I'm not a fan of Dreamland 3. I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, so I would be a big fan of it if it came before Superstar. But it's such a regression from Superstar that Dreamland 3 just bums me out. But if you consider Dreamland 3 in a vacuum and you don't compare it to Superstar, and the same goes for Kirby 64, excluding my bias because of Otto, same goes for Kirby 64, if you consider them in a vacuum, they're super fun games, and they're great. But compared to Superstar, it just really bums me out. So in the grand scheme of Kirby games, relative to the other Kirby games, not that great. But as a video game, and you ask, should I play or not? I'll be like, heck yeah, pick up Kirby 64, it's a must-have on the 64. But if you're like, I'm thinking of playing a Kirby game, not a 64 game, I'm thinking of playing a Kirby game, what should I play? That wouldn't be my first recommendation. My first recommendation would be Superstar Ultra. Amazing Mirror. Robobot, you know? Not Robobot first because Robobot has a lot of references. Heavy Lobster is going to be in Robobot Sponsor Angry? But they didn't want too many Superstar references. Well, they failed on that one, so might as well put them in. But you can never have too many Superstar references. If Heavy Lobster got in Robobot, though, we better have gotten Paint ability. Otherwise, what's even the point, you know? Heavy Lobster is blinded. Why would you compare this easy game to Cuphead, asked Chunjin. I did not compare this easy game to Cuphead, but you're implying Cuphead is hard. I didn't have difficulty with Cuphead, because I played a lot of Danmaku, like, Ikaruga. The only bosses that I had difficulty in for Cuphead were the Sweets Girl, and, the Train Guy. I can't remember their names, because I played the game back when it released. But those are the only ones I had difficulty with. A lot of the bosses I literally beat on my first try. I feel like people only found it difficult because Cuphead appealed to an audience that hasn't played Danmaku due to its style, and that's certainly not bad. I'm quite jealous of people who haven't played Ikaruga. I think it's a masterpiece that you gotta experience. It's so mechanically unique, though. Other games copied it, and obviously Ikaruga was playing off of a previous game by the same developers, but it's still pretty mechanically unique. But I feel like because of that, because it was appealing to a lot of people that hadn't played Danmaku before, they were very unfamiliar with how to play, and of course it's so unique as well. If you haven't played Danmaku and you're not very good at platformers, then you're gonna have a hard time with Cuphead, and I think it was amazing that Cuphead had a very wide appeal, but I think that also created the meme of like, Cuphead's really, really hard, dude. It certainly wasn't like a super easy game, but it wasn't, like, ridiculously brutal. Baroness Von Bonbon and Phantom Express, says Borg. Okay, right. Oh, the bee was annoying. The bee was really annoying. No, that's not where you're supposed to go. I was like, oh, he jumped down here, and when the camera didn't start moving, I was like, no, that's not what I'm supposed to do at all. Wait, so what's the point of this? Well, I guess we don't get to find out what the point of that guy is, huh? I was gonna ask, what's the point of this guy in guest star? Whatever, I didn't want him. Wait, we dropped down here, didn't we? Messiah Brad, thanks for subbing. Didn't we drop down here? But I just unlocked the door. Oh, this is, Orange Star Room. Okay, I was wondering why the Orange Star door was so out in the open like that. I was like, well, that's a little obvious. Normally they're kind of hidden. That was the exit door. I told you, I'm not really paying attention here. Oh, yeah, that's right. We can get Bonker Sizzlehammer. I never play with allies, so... because I usually do ultimate choice, so I always forget about the element stuff. That's right. Sizzle hammer. So now Bonkers can do the proper hammer flip that he deserves. Cuphead was in between hard and easy for me, says Darkness King. Yeah, I agree. It was like intermediate. It was pretty short. It was only a few hours, is the thing. If you didn't have a lot of trouble with it. But the nice thing is it has a lot of replayability. Like, I've replayed a lot of my favorite bosses a lot. And it's fun to play with friends too. Did you already beat Ultimate Choice, S. Alexander? Yes, we do a lot of Ultimate Choice streams. We're gonna stream pretty much all of the copy abilities and stuff. So, we have a lot of fun with that. I'm trying to beat it with everybody, haven't done so yet, because I just haven't had the time, but we will eventually. So for those asking, the Dream Friends will either release in 40 minutes, or, like, tomorrow afternoon. We don't know. Japan gets them in 40 minutes. So we'll have to see. SNEJ, thank you so much for subbing. When do you think Star Allies' soundtrack will come out? I really want it, says Board. That really depends. Sometimes game soundtracks release really quick, sometimes they take forever. That was a total non-answer, and that's because I don't have one. Sorry. Thoughts on the old Kirby commercial as Sponsor Angry? I don't know which one you're thinking of, but the first one that came to mind was like the Dreamland one, where Kirby's sucking up the television screen. So I'm gonna have to say that's a really good classic commercial. I think that one's really funny. That's the only one I can think of. Well, that one and the Kirby's for Nightmare in Dreamland. That one was really funny. But those are the only Kirby commercials I can think of. The other one I was talking about was Japanese stuff, I think. Keystran, welcome. I missed that. Kawasaki just cooking as Krako dies. Laser, don't worry, the patch won't interrupt the stream because this is an offline mode. Uh-oh. Why was Kirby white as Thomas? Okay, that's a really good question. And if you have the Dream Collection, then you know the answer to this. The reason why Kirby was white on the box is because it's on the Game Boy. So the artist referencing it was like, I guess I'll just make Kirby white! And that's why he's white on the box. I believe Kirby was originally yellow, actually. And that's why Kibo is yellow. I beat it with Kawasaki first, Alexander. Kawasaki makes Ultimate Choice a joke. But it's really funny. Like, you wouldn't expect him to be OP, but even without his cooking, the ladle move is just too much. It's super fast, super strong, and has an enormous hitbox that does not match up with the model at all. It's so big! Miyamoto wanted Kirby to be yellow, says Sponsor Zach. I'm not surprised, because Miyamoto also wanted them to not use anything but normal Toads in the two Paper Mario games that were definitely not made. There are only 3 as far as I'm concerned. Miyamoto often has bad opinions. I mean, he does great stuff, too. Love the guy. But when you always get your way, that means that even your bad opinions get their way. And that can kind of be a problem sometimes, because we all have bad opinions. Not me, though. I don't have bad opinions, sorry. Because they're my opinions, which means that they're the best ones, obviously. Kiwi, Kilo, same thing. Okay, got it. I like how the magma blocks look. And I like how the water blocks look in Mario 3D World on Champions Road. I like how those things look. That's like the most random, disjointed thought of all time. But I love how little element blocks look in Nintendo games. I think they're really cool, and I want to touch them. I feel like they feel really cool. Like, I don't know, they feel like gelatin or something. Not like lava or water. It would feel like gelatin. But you could move your hand through it. It would feel goopy and cool. That's the weirdest comment, and I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Now that I think about it. Butterfly Boy will return soon, Borg. He's coming. How do you trigger the glitch, S. Mario? You go to the title screen of Star Allies Go. You can't have any existing save data like I had my Burning Leo file. And you take your Switch out of the dock, and you tap on the touchscreen between the first 2 buttons. The first 2 buttons are New Game and View Scores with the stopwatch. You tap in between them, and you play as Kirby. SNEJ says, don't say any bad words. Don't worry, EJ, I'm a good boy. I'm a good noodle. I don't say any bad words. Okay. This is fine. Rotom, welcome back. I feel like you should lose all your allies when you die. Makes it too easy. Though, I guess not. Only if you're playing single player. If you're playing multiplayer, that would be stupid. Okay. hang on, bonkers! Let me, yeah! Nice.
So I think, welcome Mario, thank you so much for subbing. I think I say the weird when my voice is hesitating. I say it like the, I can't replicate it, which is weird, but I say it like the, but not as exaggerated. I have like a Y sound at the end of the V when I'm thinking, and it's really weird, sorry. But anyway, I think that the mages have the same moveset in multiplayer in their first phase. Though here, this is the same moveset too, so maybe it's just that Flamebird doesn't get an altered moveset in multiplayer. Great Blazer asks Leafy, what do you like the most? Super abilities from Return to Dreamland, mixed abilities, or Hypernova? I feel like the better question is, Leafy, which do you hate the most? Because super abilities and Hypernova were really boring because they were just a win button with nothing interesting about them. At least super abilities had the visual spectacle, and mixed ability, while an awesome idea, made the game stay in its regression back to one-button gameplay, which is extremely boring and shallow. So I actually don't like any of them. I love the Robobot, though. The Robobot adds tons of new methods of play. It has a lot of variation because the Robobot gets its own copy abilities. I was always left wondering, I wonder what the Robobot will have when it copies this ability. I wonder what it will have when it copies this ability. It had some great puzzles. It had some really unique gameplay sections that we haven't really seen in other Kirby games before. I especially enjoyed the wheel sections. I know, not too unique like I was just saying, but they were super fun for sure. Okay. It was always fun finding out what the new Robobot was. Whereas with super abilities, it was like, oh, cool! Another ability that takes 10 seconds to execute and kills everything on screen. Great. I think there was the ice ability that was kind of fun, where you made the snowball. I don't remember this. Is this special for Star Allies Go? It's kind of annoying with your flame, because your flame has a bit of momentum, I guess, when you're swimming. Like swimming forward. Maybe. Or I'm just being stupid. No, you can't do that! It's cheating! It's cheating. Yeah, if they gave Cook a moveset, they can give Mike a moveset, like they did with Robobot. I don't know if Mike needs a moveset. I don't know if it should have a moveset. I feel like Cook should have gotten its moveset, though. It should have gotten the ladle move. ESP Robobots is boring. Honestly, I don't remember ESP Robobot. I remember most of them, but I don't remember ESP. I'm trying to think now. What did ESP Robobot do? I loved Mike. Mike was really fun and very OP, so it was fitting of Mike. Where you got the you know, I love mashing it and getting the big sound waves and the really satisfying sound effect where it was like I don't know, I'm not good at replicating it. But it was cool, you know what I'm talking about if you played the game. You know what I'm talking about. Is this Magic School Bus S-Shifty? Nah, I don't know, dude. Maybe. It fired balls of ESP with 2 arms as beat bots. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was crazy. Wait, can we get the double here? Oh, it's the ladle move. Okay. Jet Robobot was so fun, especially because Kabula was just incredibly hype. And because it made me think that was the obligatory shooting segment in the new Kirby game. And then Halberd Robobot came, and I was like, what? Seriously? That was the craziest idea. How did they even think of that? Well, I know how they thought of that. They watched Gurren Lagann, and they're like, let's do this, except in Kirby. Let's have the Robobot hack into a giant machine. What's a giant machine? The Halberd. That was their thought process. Because we know what's his face. Kuwazaki. We know that he likes Robobot. I mean, sorry. Obviously he likes Robobot. He made it. We know that he likes Gurren Lagann. He said so.
So in case you couldn't tell how inspired it was by Gurren Lagann, we definitely know it was. Should you get marks as SNEJ? I will try. We'll see what happens in 30 minutes. What's your favorite ability combining system? 64 Squeak Squad or this game as Sentinel Master? This game, because it gives you super unique movesets with everything. Squeak Squad was a cool idea, but bad execution. I think this game is the perfect blend between 64, which could really only do what it did with very limited copy abilities and one-button gameplay, and Squeak Squad, which basically did nothing. This game, everyone gets unique movesets with all the elements. It's pretty fun. Yes, I want Susie in a Robobot as a dream friend, and her moves would be the different Robobot copy abilities. Because, I don't know, Susie's like one of the heads of Haltman. She would get a special Robobot that doesn't need to scan things to have a single copy ability, right? She could program multiple things into her Robobot, especially after spending so much time on Popstar. We need magic back, is what we need. Okay, okay. Bang! Come on, come on, come on! I missed that one last time, too, the last time I did this. Okay, let's get bonkers. Pikabots, I would love Ribbon to come back, but if we get Ribbon, we need Autolena. Absolutely. He's always just a little too late with his cooking. Magalore would be great, Xenomaster, but there's not really a question about whether he'll get in or not, because Hal really loves Magalore, I think. So, we'll certainly get him as a dream friend eventually. I think they're gonna go in order for the games. Come on. Marks is not in the thumbnail or title, SNEJ. At least he shouldn't be. That would be misleading. Oh, that's optional. Okay. Yes, we need Meta Knights as dream friends. That would be great. Oh, another video. Yes, definitely gonna do another video. A video on Marks, for sure. But we're gonna do a GUI video first. And GUI Street. This is a fun little thing here. Which character do you want to represent Amazing Mirror S. Blueborg? That's a good question. One cool thought that I saw from someone in the stream chat a couple of streams ago was Shadow Kirby, or Mirror Kirby, using the Smash copy ability, because Smash is from Amazing Mirror. And I think that would be really neat. And they could give him his Kirby Fighters look, where he has the rainbowness. I guess not rainbowness, but weird swirliness. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a good thought, Blazer. We never really found out how the hover got fixed or whatever. I guess we never found out how it was created either. Did Meta Knight help make it, or did he just contract someone? Is Meta Knight secretly super smart engineer, or is he just a swordsman that had a lot of cash? I think that's the real question. Yeah, can we see Master Hand as a Dream Friend sponsor, Zach? Because Master Hand was an amazing mirror. Could we see Master Hand as a Dream Friend? I think that's the real question. Who do you want from Rainbow Curse as V-Man? I don't think we'll get any spin-off characters. And if we do, then it shouldn't be Rainbow Curse, it should be Canvas Curse, and we should get Droshin. Ooh, Taranza would be super cool, Electro. I would love that. I know Angry really wants Taranza. I do too. Taranza is pretty adorable, despite being a spider. Oh, don't worry. Star Allies didn't just not nerf Meta Knight, Mike Bros. Star Allies made him really OP. Wind Sword is just a little too much. Nice. Worth it. Shifting down, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, are you serious? I do not remember that, Pikabots. Pikabot says, in Squeak Squad, when you fight Meta Knight, that's where the halberd crashed in Superstar. I do not remember that. I haven't played Squeak Squad since it came out. I marathoned it over the course of like a week, and then I never really touched it again. I thought you fought Meta Knight in front of the door, but I guess not. That's really cool to know. Thanks for telling me. Or I guess reminding me. Oh, what? Sponsor Angry says objection. In the Askathon for Robobot, it's actually explained how the halberd is fixed after it got destroyed in the intro. Oh. Seriously? I read, like, the whole Askathons, but I don't remember a lot of the specifics, just that it was really cool. I need to reread those. Sponsor Angry says the crew, the Nightmares, actually fixed the ship when it crashed. Oh, what? Well, that's good to know. They're pretty savvy. They gotta bring them back. They gotta be Dream Friends. Come on. They're so cool. How does that work? A Dream Friend dude touches a hat and they completely change bodies. Are the Dream Friends... Are the Friend Hearts actual creatures? Are they sentient? Is that what the deal is? And they're like Cappy possessing or capturing, hearting these enemies. I feel like this dude that's lived as a Kawasaki for his entire life would suddenly elect to touch a hat and become Paintra or Vividria just cuz. I don't know. That sounds a little weird to me. Heavy Lobster for Dream Friend, please. Paint Roller for Dream Friend. That'll be fun. Roller Skate Dash. Zenomaster, completely agree. Borg, I had that thought this morning. What if they give us QB as a Dream Friend? I don't know how he'd fight, but I could totally see Hal giving us some sort of other Hal character as a Dream Friend. Whether that's QB or even Lolo and La La La, or some Yuyusha dude that nobody knows the name of. Or like some boss from Eggland. Or the UFO, I forgot what his name is, from Hataraku UFO. I can see that. Little cross promotion. Alright, next stage. I think this is the last one here. And then we'll do a bit of Kirby. Hey Peter, how's it going? I'm doing great. Okay, here we go. So it's the bosses, I think, right? Yeah. So right after this, it's the bosses, and then we'll check out Kirby, and then hopefully we'll check out the new Dream Friends. We'll do a little break so we can start a new stream. Make a new thumbnail, and then we'll get going. Because this is the final extra stage here. Go. Oh, seriously, I hate these stupid things. They're not fun when you're in single player. Take them out. These should not be things when you're in single player. They're so boring. How long do you need to make thumbnails as Tadario? It depends. This one I'll just throw together. It's like whatever. I'll just slap a bunch of artwork on there. Easy. Official artwork, of course. Don't steal artwork. Whenever people put fan art in their thumbnails, I'm like, you definitely didn't get permission to use that. And I lose a lot of respect. Come on, come on, come on, come on! See, this is... Come on! See, and then he's dying, and... Though I guess my allies being incompetent provides an authentic, real-person multiplayer experience, huh? Why, Polar Ninja? Why? How's it going, Tornado? Great to see you. Yes, I need Prince Fluff. Prince Fluff as a dream friend would be great. Especially because Prince Fluff was going to be the stars of Epic Yarn originally. So he would make a good candidate for, like, the Hal character that I'm guessing they'll add at some point. Because he's technically not a Kirby character, or he wasn't supposed to be. I guess you could say he's retroactively a Kirby character. But that's like saying Dinosaur is your favorite character from Star Fox. I don't think it really counts. How have you been, S Tornado? I've been great. I'm great. How are you? I'm really excited for the Star Allies update. I've been waiting in hot anticipation since they announced them. Sean asked, what if the person made the fan art they used? Well, that's different. That's different. I'm talking grabbing something random off of Pixel. Starfy? Starfy would be great. We need a new Starfy, come on. Though I don't really know how I feel about saying we need a game that's even easier than Kirby. But I would like a new Starfy that's hard. A hard fee. This is cool right here, little Jesus train. What's your favorite ability in this game? Asked Electro Jones. The description of the stream. That's my favorite ability. Man. I like the little train horn. I think that's really cool. Choo, choo, choo. It's so fun. Welcome, Isaac. Yes, I would love Wham Bam Rock. I really liked him. I really liked Wham Bam Jewel, actually. He was cool. 3D Kirby will hopefully be Hal's next project. Oh, Hataraku UFO with the UFO copy ability moveset. That would be perfect. That would be perfect. That's what we need. That'll be the Hal character. It has to be. Please? Because we don't have UFO in this game. Well, we just had it in Robobot. I mean, abilities don't always return, but it'll be great. Yep, Lucario Kid. The reason why I think Adelena is definitely a shoo-in is because the paint ability is made for her. You summon the pixel characters with the paintings and everything. Whoops. Ah, okay. That didn't happen. It's a good thing we have 15 billion lives because Kirby just spits them at you. Favorite friend ability as sponsor Swirly Nate. The Star Allies shooter. For sure. It's so much fun. I guess even like the one that's not for the final boss that I can never remember the name of. I think it's just the Friend Star or something. I like how they both have air ride references. Micro asks, anything from Star Allies you want to see in Smash? I feel like Kirby's overdue for a new moveset. I guess it's kind of controversial to say that fighting game characters should get a moveset overhaul. But I don't know. It's been 10 billion games. Give the guy a new moveset already. Like, give him some new copy abilities. Kirby has so many copy abilities. Just confining him to 4 is a little too much. At least for me. And it's pretty much 3. Give him some of the new ones, like, Archer would be nice. Little projectile. Or even, you know what they can't do? Or I guess, you know what they should do, actually? Would be kind of cool from Star Allies. If they aren't going to overhaul his moveset, give him elements on his weapons, just aesthetically. Like, give him the fire hammer would look kind of cool. And maybe Ice Sword would be neat. For Final Cutter. That's not a sword! That was so stupid. Sorry, that was such a stupid comment. Sorry, Ice Cutter for Final Cutter. Oh my god, that was really stupid. It literally has Cutter in the name, okay. That was so stupid, oh my god. But yeah, give him fire and ice weapons, it'll be nice. That was really stupid. Yeah, the elements from Star Allies would make good custom moves, too. Yes, Thomas, I totally like that theory. It doesn't really have any weight to it at all, but I totally like the theory that Otto created Drasha, Paintra, and Glacia, I guess. I guess not so much Glacia, because I don't really know the Glacia lore that well. But totally makes sense for the others. But now that kind of throws things... Well, no, not really. Because the paint ability that Kirby gets is derived from the Vidria, who was created using the power paintbrush, or what's it called? In, I know that's what it's called in Europe. What's it called in America? Just the magic paintbrush, I think? So you could assume that the paint copy ability's paint is magic paint, because you get it from absorbing the Vidria. So that's the only reason why you're able to make living things. And the only other way that you can make living things with paints is that we know of is with the magic paintbrush. Like, if that was a special thing, then why is Otto just able to do that? Why is that just kind of accepted? If it's special, then I feel like that should only be a thing that the magic paintbrush could do. And that's how Otto became powerful. Is it ever explained why Otto is a boss in Dreamland 3, or is that just kind of a thing that exists? Because I don't think Dreamland 3 had boss lore descriptions or anything. Just kind of like, hey Kirby, I feel like beating you up. Or she, I guess. My bad. Dark Matter says Pikabots. I don't really know where you're going with that, but sure. Oh, you're saying... Oh, okay. Autolena was possessed by Dark Matter, and that's how she got the abilities? Okay, yeah, that's kind of a good theory. So, if Otto didn't paint them, then the reason why she was able to be a boss in Dreamland 3 was because, probably, the magic paintbrush has Dark Matter in it. And that's why it can make things that live. And therefore, you could say Dark Matter possessing paint gives the paint the ability to create sentient beings, which is why Autolena, being possessed by Dark Matter, was able to paint things that were living. That makes sense. I'll accept that. I like that. That's a good theory. It's a good counter theory to saying that she had to have painted Drasha and stuff. I like that, Pika Boss. That's a good theory. It's really smart. Yes, Darkness King. Congrats. Blueborg says, Return to Dreamland is called Kirby's Adventure Wii in Germany. I feel sad. Well, I feel like at one point the GameCube game was called Kirby Adventure. So, since Return to Dreamland is that game, at least it pretty much is. It's what it got turned into, at least. I feel like that's the better name. Though Return to Dreamland is a really cute name, and I love it so much. And I would not change it for the world. How's it going, Ben 1? Thanks for coming. Whee! Okay. Let's go. This grass! It feels like pants! This upset Kirby immensely. I love all of the dialogue in Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's so great. And the Hyper Zone remix is great for Yin Yarn. All of the music in Epic Yarn is fantastic. How do you make the fireball go up, asked Mudkips? You just hold up while using your fire breath. And you can make it go down, too. Though, if you try and make it go down in the air, you have to press Y first, or B, and then you have to press down. Because if you hold down and you press Y, then you do that. Or A, or B, or whatever. I don't know. I use Superstar controls. Do they seriously say it feels like trousers in Europe, Borg? That's so weird. That's so weird. I can't accept that. To talk about translations messing things up. They completely throw off the Kirby lore by having Kirby say trousers. I don't accept that. Kirby canonically does not say trousers. Sorry. That's my problematic take on Kirby today. What happens if you touch these? Oh, nothing. No! Kawasaki, why? We needed you. I hate Flame. Oh, how do you make the fireball that moves? Oh, you hold down in the air and you press B. Like this. And if you do it close to the ground, you roll. Like this. Sorry. Not like that. Like this. Hold down and press B. She returns. There are like 10 million comics about Highness forgetting the name. Like, that's literally all they're about. And it's hilarious. How are we gonna do this? Ooh, Burden has the pro strats there. I like that. I thought he was gonna keep doing it, but that would have been too good. The fireball when you run and press B. I mean, that's all you do it. You're asking how I do it, but that's how you do it. Like, you run and you press B, and that's how you do it. It's pretty easy. So you double tap on the control stick or D-pad. This is what you're talking about, right? And if you hold diagonal up or down, then you make it go in a direction. Nice. Yeah, Zon's theme is really good. What do you think of people calling Star Allies mediocre as Ben 1? Star Allies is amazing, it just needs a bit more content. I talked a lot more about it earlier on stream, so I won't go into too much detail, but that's the gist of it. Also, if Star Allies had a hard mode, that would have made it. That would have made it like the best. It should have a hard mode where you play as Kirby. They take out all of the star. Well, no, they don't. But they make it so you can't use Star Allies. And when you're doing the friend train and stuff, it's just Kirby, so you don't get any elements and you can't switch with anybody. So it's single player only, and you're stuck at half health like you are in Soul Melter. No Star Allies. What else? I guess increase the damage that bosses do and give them some new moves. Give them some new moves. Oh, Highness's second phase music is so good, dude. Okay, we're gonna mix up our team here. We need a better team. This team's kind of garbage. Let's be honest. We want Staff. Burden's okay. Blade Knight's decent, I guess. But we need Staff and Yo-Yo. Yeah, Hammer, Staff, and Yo-Yo. That's an all-star team. Not Flame. I hate Flame. I don't know why I chose Burning Leo. I can't remember. But... yeah, that's what I said, K-Chan. So they should make a hard mode like Return to Dreamlands. I keep forgetting it's called Extra. These Dark Matter balls are nothing to fear. Like, you just hit them once and you're dead. Now, his bigger ones, they'll still usually die when you hit them, but they require a certain amount of damage to kill. Oh yeah, I can give them elements! I always forget, because I never play with allies. See, look, I've literally never gotten Fire Staff before, like, because I have it set to only play the cutscenes when you do it for the first time. I've literally never done Fire Sword or Fire Staff. Staff is seriously called Stick in Japan, Sponsor Angry? That's hilarious. Face my stick! What's Jammer Jab called? It's probably not Jammer Jab if I had to guess. Is he called Stick Knight? Yep, Archer is Sniper in Japan. I love that. Obviously Archer makes a lot more sense, but Sniper sounds cool. But I think that's because Sniper is, like a legitimate word used for archers. Because Decidueye's name in Japanese is Junaipa, which is a combination of Juniper and Sniper. So I think that they use Sniper to refer to archers in Japan. So it makes sense that Sniper was changed to Archer, because they're basically translating it. Even though Sniper's spelled in English, like as an English word. I love this. Alright, let's go. Butterfly boy. Like, when I fought this guy in the Ultimate Choice, I legit had no idea how to fight him because my team and I completely annihilated him. So I didn't even get to see his sword here. I didn't even get to see that. Like, I think I used Yo-Yo and I just spammed Gazer Spiral when he was in that upwards position there, and my allies just went to town on him, and we killed him so fast. So when I fought him in the Ultimate Choice for the first time, I was like, oh god, what do I do? How do I fight this guy? So this thing doesn't really do anything. It just possesses your allies. Oh, I've never seen that before! I've never seen that! Whoa, they look so cool! I've only heard about it. So you gotta throw friend hearts. If you hit them once, they die, I think. From what I've heard. Oh yeah, I didn't give Gim fire! I'm so sad! I'm sorry, Gim. I love this dramatic little... He's going back to Jigoku. Stars have a serious lack of mini bosses at Borg. I thought Star Allies had a good amount of mini bosses. I thought so. Rotom says Janrajab's Japanese name is Jahada Beat. That's cute. Oh, that's a really cute puzzle. Sorry, my phone was updating. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Okay, we can finally look at the glitch! We have 3 minutes before the Star Allies update hits. I'm so sorry. If they don't patch it out, we'll do another stream and I'll change it. But, okay, so if the update hits, somebody tell me, and we'll change to that. If the update doesn't hit, we'll play through with Kirby. Sound good? I don't want to be clickbaiting. I feel super bad. Okay. Time for the glitch. I got it! Yeah, it's super easy. Okay. Alright, so here we are, guest star Kirby. Here we go. You got the Kirby live icon. You have Kirby copy ability, Kirby as your name. You have the Kirby render there. But, that's placeholder in Japanese, I believe. I'm no good with kanjis. And then we got using Kirby and stuff. And it says guest star Kirby up there, which is really funny. Yep, Rotom, that's my theory too. I think that because that's where the continue button is, they just made it invisible instead of intangible. So it's trying to load a continue file, but since you don't have one, it just loads Kirby. So we've got an ability, we've got Cutter. Does it show the Cutter friend? No, it still shows placeholder. I really like Cutter. Oh, let's get that speed. Yeah. Lucario Kid, I know. I'm not stupid. Do the power-ups affect Kirby? I'm guessing, Thomas. I want to see Kirby with the Trailblazing behind him. We'll try and get multiple speed. Oh, it says guest star Cutter, Thomas? That's really funny. Because it changes Kirby's name. Oh, that's so funny! So it doesn't even say guest star Sir Kibble. It says Cutter because the game changes Kirby's name to Cutter so that it shows up on the HP bar. That is so funny. Guest star festival. No, we're looking at the glitch right now, Nonstop Gamer. Thank you so much, Tornado, for subscribing. Yeah. So I'll update the title with the timestamp and stuff so that people watching the VOD can just skip to it, obviously. Or maybe I'll download it. Download the VOD and re-upload as a video. Who knows? Nice job, board! That's so awesome. Yeah, Guest Star Festival sounds like a real title. I wonder what that dude's name is, because we don't know. He can't be recruited or anything. Whoa, this has, like, a lot of bloom, I feel like. I feel like this area is way too, like, compared to everything else in the game. But it might just be because I'm in the cave. I was in the cave. And that's throwing me off. I don't know, I feel like they want Am on the bloom for some reason. Sponsor Angry says, here's something interesting. If you beat this mode with Kirby with an ability that's able to become a partner, you see their name in the credit. For example, if you beat with Sword Kirby, it says Guest Star Sword Knight. It doesn't go to their time though. Okay, do you get the star though? Because I thought you got the star, like it counts it as being completed with that. The update is out, says Thomas! Told you guys. Okay, so that's Guest Star Kirby. There's literally nothing else to it. So we're going to cut real quick. We'll get the update, and then we'll resume in just like, give me 5 minutes. So give me 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I never ended the stream, did I?